Here's a fun little twist on Thanksgiving leftovers. A pie. Well, you're saying, what do you mean pie? Well, if you've ever been to England, Australia, or New Zealand, this is what they call pies, a puff pastry or a pie crust to make a pie. Let's get cooking with Styles. To get this started, we're going to start filling our pie crust with our different ingredients here. I've got a little bit of turkey left over from yesterday, some sweet yams, some roasted cauliflower, some pearled onions that I love to roast, a few pieces of Brussels sprout, and some carrots. Now, you might have your own vegetables left over. I'm using a pie crust here. I also did this with a puff pastry crust. You're going to want to make an egg wash. That's a little bit of egg, about 1 egg, and about 2 or 3 tablespoons of water mixed into that. So you see how I put it around the edge? I'm going to make sure that all the ingredients are in the center. I'm going to fold this over, and then I'm going to press with my fingers at first. We're going to come back and make it a little bit more decorative with this fork here. I'll take the fork and press down on the edge. Now, because there's not any liquid in there, I'm not too worried about anything weeping out, but I want to make sure that all the moisture stays in there. And then to add a little something to this, to make the pie crust have that nice little golden brown to it, I'm going to take that egg wash and put it over the top of my pie crust and puff pastry crust, which I have to tell you, that's a little bit difficult to work with, but the payoff is big time in the end. And then just to dress this up a little bit, a sprinkle of salt over each one. That'll add a little bit of savoriness to it. And then we'll put a little twist of cracked pepper on top for contrast and color, and of course flavor. All right, let's go throw these in the oven. However, make sure you put a couple holes in the top of that pastry crust to let the steam out. We don't want it to blow up on you. In the oven they go, like a normal pie. We're gonna bake these at 425 degrees. Now remember, we're just trying to brown up the pie crust here, so we're not doing like 45 minutes. This is just about 15 minutes, and look how golden brown those are. I'm gonna show you 2 ways to plate this up. One is, the simplest and easy one is, you just kind of set it out and let everyone grab a pie and eat it however they'd like it. I've got the puff pastry one right there, I've got the pie crust one here, but here's another way I like to do this. You've probably got a lot of gravy left over, and you've probably got a lot of cranberry sauce left over. So let's take this last one. I'm going to take it, I'm going to split it in half, like that. Look at that steam coming out. And I'm going to just put them on the plate like so. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my gravy, and I'm going to drizzle it over the front here, because I have tons of gravy left over. And then I always like to make a lot of extra cranberry sauce to have for dipping or sandwiches or things just like this. Okay, so if you're from England or New Zealand, you know what a pie is, like our taco stands. But boy, I'll tell you what, this is a great way to take those Thanksgiving leftovers and make them something special. If you like this recipe and all the ones we're doing here on this extended version of side dishes, go to cbsa.com/recipes. That's Cooking with Styles. Happy holidays.